He sees those Cosmic Cyclones that will
pretty powerful.
help him defeat the Labrynth matchup, who, from the looks of things, isn't playing a Floodgate, which Cosmic would help against, because he is playing lingering effects like Eradicator, Epidemic Virus, and Dimensional Barrier.
Yep.
So Cosmic may just not be as good as we think here. But he's won the dice roll, which is quite preferable when you play against a heavy trap deck.
So, do you think that Jawad will do the standard Rise Heart Pass? Or do you think he knows? They sort of gets the more control-based player.
So assuming in a universe where he doesn't know, if I have the combo where you lock 5, I just go for it. Because it's so good and it's so impressive, and like you just do it if you have it, right? And if they have Nibiru, so be it. Because I think respecting like a card that it's just a free of that they have to draw, and not everybody is playing it game 1 in the main. If you have the full 5-lock combo, which I'm not sure if he did, it looks like he might because he has Planet Unicorn and so he's activated Theosis earlier here, and for the lock 5 combo, you need to activate Theosis once you've already summoned a Rise Heart.
Okay.
So it does look like he's just going to go for the Rise Heart Pass combo. He's activated Birth, which he might not use Birth's effect. Oh no, so he is using Birth's effect to normal Ogre, so Ogre can give him an additional trap. Yeah, so you'll be getting preparations, which will give him an additional disruption.
Yep.
So a Rise Heart Pass with preparation is probably the most logical play here. It's also dependent on what other defensive cards you have in your hand as well. Like, even if you have the lock 5 combo, if you have Forbidden Lance, you might be tempted just to chill on a Rise Heart, because a Rise Heart Lance is really, really good, because not a lot of cards can actually remove that from the field.
There he goes for it.
Yeah, it was all.
Is that a
Master of Blades? Yes, so Master of Blades is
God.
something we've been like messing about with, because it is really solid against Labrynth, because all of Labrynth's cards target. So you can summon a Master of Blades and it can just like do really well against it.
That's so funny. I always remember Master of Blades was always like the joke card.
Yeah, when you couldn't get a trigger slap.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a trigger slap, so you just summon Master of Blades.
Yeah, that's so funny to see after so many years as well.
Lewis has some good going second cards, so he is maining evenly matched, which is quite common for trap decks these days, just to help them going second.
Yep.
I see a lot of monsters in his hand, which is not something I would typically see from a Labrynth deck. They try to like play as little Labrynth monsters as possible. They probably summon one Lovely, maybe 2 Ariana, and then 3 of the main girl, Lovely Labrynth.
Yeah.
But he's playing things like Cuckoo Clock and Chandraglia and Stovey Toby.
Stovey Toby.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll read those as he activates them, just so we'll get a better idea as to what's going on in the game state. But he's activating a Rise Heart early here.
I think
he must have
Lewis
went to the battle
phase.
Yeah, so that makes sense. I don't know why he didn't just wait for him to activate the evenly matched. Oh, he maybe just wanted to have an attach to protect the card, and so it went to grave.
Yeah. Now what?
Okay. Yeah. But, so this probably respects something, but I'm not sure what it respects.
I'm not sure
right this second. I would assume he banishes everything face down and except preparation. Oh no. Okay. He's valuing how oppressive a Rise Heart is over.
I think if you're Lewis, you're pretty happy with the current situation, right?
I'm really confused why he activated a Rise Heart here then, because he
doesn't lose your Rise Heart as a
you've lost your Rise Heart effect, and
I want to see if he's playing. He is playing Link Reaver.
Because if he just held it here, he would have been able to get like a free card to banish face down, one of his free cards that he just set.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand why he went for this line, and unless he was just going to keep the preparation.
I swear I saw a backjack in Lewis's hand.
A backjack?
A backjack.
Does he? Oh, he does play Absolute King backjack. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I just missed something. That's also entirely possible. Let's be real.
So Lady Labrynth can't be target right now because Lewis controls set cards.
Yep. I really like Lady Labrynth as a card.
Yeah, she's stupid.
I think even if you're not playing Labrynth cards, I think that's might even be something because they're just playing all trap decks going forward.
It gives you an ideal win condition, right? Because she's just really, really big, and she can't be targeted while you have traps.
Yep.
And it's just really, really awkward to deal with. And what is that? Is that the...
I think that's Arcfiend's Ghastly Glitch, which from memory,
that's one of the cards from Tactical Masters, which I haven't actually seen activated. So let's get the text up for that.
Yeah.
It's if you control a fiend monster, target one card on the field, destroy it, then you can send one fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. Mm-hmm. What is the utility that you could have? It could be with one of the cuckoo clocks or anything like that.
It can also send Backjack.
Oh, so absolute king Backjack's a fiend.
Game. Yeah.
So this is a disruptor whilst also setting up an additional trap.
You know what? As a unique trap card, I don't actually hate that.
No, me neither. That is quite cute. Yeah.
This is pretty cute, especially when he is playing more of these. I don't want to say gimmicky cards, but it's like.
I think the only disadvantage this might have is king Backjack in your opening hand doesn't really do anything. So maybe you can get away with just playing like one copy as opposed to the three that Lewis.
I do like the idea of it though because it also helps beat the evenly matched as well, right? Because
true. It just gives you an extra disruption. But you do have to control a fiend to activate that to send a card to the graveyard. Lady Labrynth can just special whenever it wants, right?
Yes.
So if you can just flip any
as long as the trap has been activated.
Yeah, so you can hold the Labrynth in your hand, which he didn't do because he's going second, but maybe going first he could have just held it. So he gets to arrange the cards in any order he wants, and then if he hit a trap, he just puts it on the top of the deck and then uses Backjack to just set it, which he's going to do immediately.
Wait, what was he doing?
Spanish and Backjack to set a card, right?
Yeah, it just sets the... Oh, even...
Oh dear. You can. I'm assuming you can activate at the turn. It's he's just going straight for Smelly. So that gets rid of the Theosis, and any play that Jawad has next is probably just in a spot of bother. Yeah.
He's now locked onto that Rise Heart on field, which just isn't doing enough, really, is it?
No, and any spells which are the most powerful top decks in his deck that he draws are just. They're not going to do an awful lot because they're going to just go straight to the graveyard.
Like you can banish a Theosis here, correct? And then you can get.
Then you can add back, but then he's still sort of stuck underneath the Rise Heart.
It depends. I'm assuming that Lewis would have set maybe a Welcome Labrynth or a big Welcome Labrynth off.
Yeah, just to get his engine going again. Because he wouldn't have tributed that lady if
without
he didn't
another one.
Because then he wouldn't have been able to, kill the game.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, yes. They're just resolving Rise Heart just to banish those cards.
Then I guess he just adds back. I mean, he could have been a little bit greedy here, right? He could have banished the Birth this turn, and if the Rise Heart doesn't get cleared, then you can banish Theosis to add Birth back. I think that's something maybe I would have considered, even though, like, there is a very high chance your Rise Heart does get cleared, but if he doesn't want to clear away because he knows there's a Fenrir in hand now, that's what you can consider, right?
It is looking bleak if he does have a Welcome Labrynth, but I would assume he would have flipped it then and then, but he hasn't, unless he's waiting for some reason. Maybe he just doesn't, and he just valued the time that Eradicator can just give him. He just normals a Backjack, okay, and so he does have I can't tell if that's Welcome or Big Welcome.
It's Big Welcome, yeah.
Big Welcome, okay.
So he's going to summon and then return one to the hand. So he's going for Ariana.
That makes sense, yeah.
Gets another big welcome, I'd guess. Or no, sorry, just probably a welcome at that point, right?
So when does this card let you draw a card?
I think if a monster leaves the field.
By the effect of a normal trap?
Right, yes. But I'm not sure if you can use.
So he's adding one of the more obscure Labrynth cards. Can't make out which one, so try and figure it out together.
I think that's Chandriglia. So you can send it from the hand or field to the graveyard. Discard one card, so that's the Backjack. Set a Labrynth spell, trap from your hand or deck. If it wants to leave the field by a normal trap effect, while it's in the graveyard, add it back to hand. That's
cute. It has some decent synergy with Backjack. I'm still not massively convinced if I would play this variant, but if I'm prepared to be amazed.
Yes,
is what I'm saying. I'm prepared to be.
So he's going to clear it there.
I'm not sure if I agree with attacking over the Rise Heart.
I'm not sure either because
he knows he has Unicorn Fenrir. which can be really problematic because he can just go, oh, well, goodbye, Peckham.
Gone.
Unfortunately, he can't even like activate it because it's just destroyed as it checks the draw.
Yeah, exactly.
So he can. The most obvious play is Unicorn, get Birth, normal, Fenrir, and that gets him out of this pickle, assuming those cards resolve. But they probably won't because he's got 4-step back row, about to be a 5th. And
pretty strong there.
Yes. So you're in a position now where
you're just getting to this point where I think
he's got too many cards.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's just.
Even if Jawad can like establish a big monster and just keep swinging, the second he gets a big lady on the field, he just can't do anything. It's just too much.
I just think it's just the eternal issue with the Labrynth deck, or even against it. It's like the second they get started on the field, you're not winning. Like, I think you just get to the point where they start outgrinding you every single turn. They get more and more of these trap cards that are just going to remove your options, and they're just 3,000. It's massive.
And to respect as well how long it can take to actually play against these decks.
Yes.
Like as soon as you notice that, like it's just eventually just going straight to like the shadow realm. Like it's just like you just have to go to the next game with like good time, because like beating these decks does take a while, and you can get to a point where you can get to time, and these already have a draw as well, so they'll be mindful of that, because another draw will not be good for them.
No.
It'll be the equivalent of a loss when you rack up as many draws, so not ideal for either party. So I think Jawad has strong against most things. To be honest, it just means that oh no, he has made him start.
Oh, okay. So that's the cuckoo clock, I believe.
Let's have a little peek at what the cuckoo clock does. It's a quick effect, so not sure if Jawad is going first or not yet, because it's a quick effect. You can discard this card. This turn, you can activate one normal trap card that was set this turn. If you control a Labrynth monster, if you control Labrynth monster, if a card is sent from your hand to the graveyard to activate your normal trap card, or your Labrynth card or effect, except Labrynth Cuckoo Clock, while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand or special summon it. So I'll be interested to see what it actually does, but so far I'm not sure.
In all honesty, do we think this is Jawad's turn, or do we think this is Lewis's turn?
I don't know, because you activate it so you can activate a set trap.
Yeah.
So
and
why would you activate it now?
And now he's activating Labrynth Chandraglia. Which I believe that's the one that then sets as well.
Right, so
Labrynth spell trap.
So he can activate this turn if he really wanted to, but now he's only got like two cards in hand. So like that's the problem with these cards. They just like he just doesn't have as many cards left anymore. And in a deck like this, card advantage is just really, really important. But if he can generate a lot of card advantage from this one trap, then fool on me, I guess. So we'll see if like this actually does anything.
So I think he's going to add back the original cuckoo clock.
Yeah, it kind of makes it more combo orientated, and I just feel like a lot of the time with like trap decks,
it's what we're talking about the trap tricks deck, right?
Yeah,
where we're saying that this trap tricks deck, it's no longer the control deck where the control deck thrives. It's trying to do a bit of both, and I don't know if that's where it should be sitting. And I think that's kind of the same thing here.
I think trap trick just does it naturally though, without hindering the other element of it, right? And again, like maybe this like opens up some extra deck utility here, and
this might actually be. I think Jawad's gone first.
Has he?
I think so. Because the way he's holding his hand right now, it looks like he's gone first.
Oh, okay. That's really peculiar then. So I guess when you draw a combination of the clock and the chandelier, the chandelier, or however you pronounce it, then you can do things.
This is really.
So he can activate that trap in Jawad's turn. So he has a means of interacting with him.
Yeah.
I don't know what that trap was that he set. I don't know if he.
It's either big welcome or welcome. One or the other.
Right. And is that... It's a bounce, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a bounce in the graveyard, but on the field they both just summon from deck. So it's a bit odd.
They also need the field spell as well, because that lets them pop a card on the field as well. So I'm not seeing the threat immediately here. And did he discard that evenly matched? Because I would have valued that evenly matched significantly higher. I mean, let's see if this goes anywhere. Oh, okay. Nice. That I guess it summons from the graveyard, so you can go spell it as well.
Yes, yeah.
Go spell is an interesting card as well. You don't really see that creeping up in this format right now, but it does interact with the Branded Expulsion combo.
It does interact with Branded Expulsion.
So
it
makes sense
with
why you
Big
would
Welcome.
see it. Yeah.
And then also like Kashtira Birth and some of the other cards, right?
And a lot of the time with Labrynth, if you just stop them from resolving one of the welcomes, it makes it really hard for them to do anything threatening.
Yeah, personally, I really like these control trap decks when they're correctly positioned in the format. But I think the issue I have with this as a trap deck is you need your trap card to that initial one trap card to resolve, and either being Big Welcome or Welcome. And if it doesn't, then you're just never getting to Engine.
Yeah,
and it's a bit of a unique one.
And he's lost a lot of cards here as well, whereas Jawad hasn't really had to.
He hasn't done anything
yet. Yeah. And he can just generate a lot of card advantage.
The only plus side is that if he's got the big lady on board or on field, sorry.
We're not having a cheese board here.
No,
we're having a cheese field.
Cheese field. When it comes back to Lewis's turn, he can use that to return the Rise Heart to hand. But then again,
it's only one effect.
Forbidden Lance.
It's just one effect per turn, right?
Yeah.
He does have Forbidden Lance, does he?
He does have Forbidden Lance.
I don't think that's like super important right now because he just has two monsters that he doesn't really care about. Because Lady Labrynth at the moment is not at its full power because there is no set trap. So it can be targeted, and it's effectively just a big vanilla right now. And you can use the field spell to pop it as well, which I think what he's going for. He's probably thinking there's just no way. There's just no way he's got a Nibiru in his hand because he wouldn't have done all this if he had a Nibiru. Like he just would have just held it. So he's just gonna activate Shingira to block one of the zones. Doesn't really matter at this point. He's just generating card advantage. Then he's gonna use Planet just to get rid of that lady and just put it in the graveyard. And then, I don't think he needs to do an awful lot, to be honest. Just get rid of her. Like, she's just massive. She's just tell her to go away, And then from here, I don't know what else is in his hand, but there's a universe where he can just go a right.
It's the first time today we've seen a zone
blocked. There we go. That one. He doesn't like that one. Just in case he's got
no pendulums.
No pendulums. No.
Do you reckon he'll go for the other zone next?
Logically speaking,
I think he has to.
He could go for a Diabolosis play just to get rid of more resources in his extra deck. If he has an extra extender. He also has Cosmic, so that's just another means of just...
There's just no way now, is there? He's just committed too many cards, and I think...
Oh, no. So he can go for like a Diabolosis, a Rise Heart play, which I guess kind of makes sense. Just block as many zones as possible just to make it really awkward for him. Even though he doesn't have that many cards, I don't think it's a massive big deal.
So...
Like, assuming that card on the field on the field doesn't do anything on his opponent's side of the field, he can set a maximum of 2 cards. So I don't see why he's really worried. Because he's got Cosmic too. If you go set 2, your Rise Heart banish 1 and Cosmic the other. Okay. I mean, if he can get enough cards underneath that Rise Heart, I guess it doesn't matter.
Right? Or would have.
Shingira would trigger, yes, but he didn't activate it. It's not
he wanted to let him be able to pendulum summon, or at least try a little bit.
Because Cosmic can get at least 1 material underneath it, and then I think here you would probably get Unicorn. I'd say.
What is he? What is he in his deck?
I would say it gets Unicorn because it means that any monster effect he activates, he can just banish the extra deck. And that means it just gets another material underneath the Rise Heart, and then the Cosmic will get another material.
Oh, it's a Shanghai in the stamina phase. I was confused then why.
I
was like, what? Why is he in the deck?
Yeah, he's getting Fenrir. I personally think Unicorn would have been better.
Yeah. I think, again, it's just like if he normal summons to add one of the traps, it's just another card the field, right?
I think this game is more or less checkmate because the Fenrir is just going to banish the Ariane normal summons. Yeah, so I think the Fenrir can interact with this.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of just getting rid of the last resources in his hand.
Is there a reason for him to set the card first? I guess just so he can't get zones, but I don't know.
Does it protect that lady?
Maybe.
Oh, I guess so he could special the Lady Lab.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't think he can special that. Oh, he can. So he would then probably. Oh, I guess he doesn't have to cosmic immediately. I don't think he has to cosmic immediately. He would wait to cosmic once the Arise Heart is attached to its second material, and then on resolution he can then cosmic cyclone the remaining back row. So then he has 3 materials. So unfortunately, he didn't see that line because the Lily Labrynth is still going to summon. I don't think it's not a massive big deal.
Rise Heart will be chain link 1. Fenrir then can be chain link 2, right? Oh, no, he's already activated it. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So in this scenario, it only has 2 materials. So like he could have just removed the Lady Labrynth like in this same turn. Oh, all that, yes.
That makes so much sense.
All planet can just pop a card in the field as well. He's bouncing the Arise Heart.
Oh my god, you just...
Yeah, and that's it, yeah. So if we've been Lance there, what's not Jawad started game 1, yeah.
Prosperity for 6. Do you think he ashes it? I think you have to actually get free.
You can't let him dig for his
the side cards, right?
Unfair win conditions.
Do you think game 1, if you know it's Labrynth?
I think you would, yeah.
You still ash
I think in general, because Prosperity's played in a lot of decks that can just like brick if they don't see their win conditions. So if you ash Prosperity when they play in Kashtira, a lot of the time they just can't do anything because they need that to resolve. So I think it's
a little weird now because he's got a D barrier, a Lancia, and a backjack.
So that set card could be really powerful. We're not sure yet because we didn't see what it was. It could be D barrier, but which wouldn't be that good in this situation. Eradicator would be mental, but
the Eradicator, if he had to,
if he had a means of tributing, would be crazy because the amount of spells that he has in his hand. It does look like that. Jawad's in a strong position here, just suffocating the Labrynth player with his defensive cards.
So do you think he should have activated the Lancia in the standby phase just to play around cards like Prosperity? Or maybe even Desires if he plays it?
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason why you would hold the Lancia. Because you're not really letting them commit into a play that would otherwise ruin them.
Exactly.
Because they're already naturally making that play anyway. And also, like, once they put a monster on the field, like i.e. Unicorn or Fenrir, and you activate Lancia, you're just giving them something extra.
Yeah, it's like that bonus text, right?
Yeah. So, like, right now, like, as soon as he drops this Lancia, he's just going to rip a card from the extra for no reason. Not that it really matters too much against Labrynth, but it's still just one extra thing that you just don't want them to have.
Something for punishment, maybe. Something like that could be a big factor.
Maybe he's just worried that he's in such a bad position that he needs to force him to make a mistake and drop the Labrynth
that makes sense.
Which is also quite reasonable. But now I think he was definitely forced to drop the Lancia here because now this Fenrir is just going to get rid of that Lady Labrynth. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. Everything I just said there was wrong because once he Lancias, he can't activate Unicorn or Fenrir. So
that's true.
I'm dumb. So I guess the only thing that you would want to respect is triple tactic talents.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's something that you would keep in against Labrynth.
Yeah, I think it gets a little bit weird now because if he adds Scareclaw Kashtira,
it's quick effect.
It just nullifies it, right? But yeah.
On the Fenrir effect, it was probably the best time to drop it.
Yeah, it's agreed.
Yeah, but then again, you can also argue you want to try and force them into a Rise Heart play. Yeah. Which is what is the current plan here.
I think that's where it's going to go, personally.
But it's Lewis. Even when the Lancia gets dropped, like Jawad is still like generating a lot of card advantage. He can do things like if he gets Lancia'd once he attacks over the field, he can just overlay into Shangira. Then that Labrynth is gonna pop the last card in his field as well.
So I think. What do you think is going to happen here? So he's going to attack. Do you think he's just going to go for that Rise Heart pass?
I'm surprised he didn't activate the effective Unicorn there.
Yeah, so am I.
Unless he was trying to play around something like Solemn Strike.
No, I think you just forgot.
Well, let's assume you wanted to play around Solemn Strike.
Yeah, he's playing around Solemn Strike, of course. So, he's probably going to summon a Rise Heart and maybe look to make a... No, by that hand motion. Ooh.
It's not the end of the world.
I might be a little bit ignorant here. I think I'd have held it.
Held the Lancia?
Held the Lancia. Because I don't know. Because I feel, in my opinion, the way Jawad went to make a play there, it felt like he was going to make a Shangira first.
And you think he might? You think he won't make Shangira now?
Yeah, I think he might. I don't know what he's going to do now, but I guess he will just make Shangira.
I think he still do it.
That's what you do now.
Because Planet's going to hit his last back row, which forces it anyway. And okay. I guess it just gets him a follow up for next turn. I guess he was just respecting draws, so he didn't want to activate that immediately.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, not completely unreasonable.
No, I respect it.
Yeah, I think the obvious thing to do here is just like Shangira and just pass, because then the Shangira can special either Fenrir or Unicorn, and then the Planet will just hit the last card.
Oh, he's got
Birth too, so like I guess any power spells it just deals with that as well. You can arguably, very arguably. Now I know Jawad went second, but you can very arguably not pop this back row with Planet, and sort of use it as a means of like
guaranteed there's no evenly matched to like
just play around your opponent potentially just siding.
I think I would ignore that just because it's obviously game 3. Going like, first for the Labrynth player.
Yeah, I feel like you just wouldn't expect it. Even if you got even lead in this position, I don't think it would be the end of the world anyway.
No, I still think if he just keeps the Shangira, right?
Yeah, you just get rid of his cards for sure.
And he's got another field spell next turn just to like get even more.
Yeah, like even if he worst case scenario destroyed that back row and then got even lead, I don't think you'd care.
I think.
And if he activates Prosperity as well, the Birth deals with that as well by just banishing any resources he has in his grave.
So he drew a pointer.
Not ideal.
Not the most ideal.
Yeah, it's not in a pretty rough spot for Lewis, like topping a trap, which past turn 1 is effectively useless.
I was curious if he played Relinquished Anima in his extra deck. Because I do see the backjack there.
He just bounced that Rise Heart. Take that.
My Rise Heart.
Does he play any sort of like Link 1 utility?
He does play Link Karibo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think this is probably he just makes Link Karibo.
Anima would have made more sense probably, right?
Yeah,
it would have actually done something.
Done a little bit, yeah. Cheeky little bit.
Well, that Link Karibo is going to get banished face down, and then Shangira is going to trigger, and then the field spell is going to pop.
Can Fenrir hit back where it can, right?
No,
only face
just face ups. Yeah,
I'll just face ups. Okay.
So here, like he can just banish that Link Karibo face down, and then the field spell can just pop something. He held the field spell and didn't pop the back row immediately. I guess in his mind he just thought, well, it's not something that I need to get rid of right this second because he can just activate it whenever he wants. So there's no value.
Yeah, I think this is a viewpoint of the deck Lewis has as well. It's just he just hasn't seen a normal trap here again. It's just like there's not much he can really get value from, unfortunately.
So the trap that I see in that,
I think it looks like
Judgment there. Yeah. Does it have to be a normal trap?
It has to be a normal trap for backjack. Yeah.
Right. I see.
From memory, you cannot set Solemn Strike from it, so that's all I'm going to go off.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, I think
he was wondering if he wanted to activate Fenrir.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, yes, it was.
He didn't activate Fenrir, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because now he can just Shangira effect and just. He's saving the backjack for Jawad's turn, which is intelligent.
Yes.
Because then he doesn't it doesn't just get removed from the field on Planet. So he's going to try and interact with Jawad's turn in an attempt to stop him. I think it was probably right to use Fenrir to banish the Link Karibo face down, though.
Is there no Shangira effects on the standby face?
I think that's what he's doing right now. Oh, wait, no, he's just activating Rise Heart.
Rise Heart, yeah.
Okay. I don't know why he didn't do that, because then he could just summon a card.
Free level 7.
He could just summon a free card, and then Planet would have destroyed a card in the field.
Big Bang. So Big Bang will trigger. Shangira will trigger.
I suppose you can just trigger Planet now.
Yep.
But I just felt like a free monster to me.
On the plus side for Lewis, he's now not going to be milling that Solemn Judgment. There is a chance he hits something cool.
It could just be complete. And maybe that's why he went straight to Rise Heart, because he wanted to take away the card that he got off Backjack.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But little does he know, I think the three cards that he looked at from Backjack were just not good.
They just weren't what you want to be seeing of Backjack.
So now
the next top card will be.
Yeah, we could see a little bit of variance here. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what sort of trap he can get. I'm not sure which one he could get. He could get a welcome Labrynth. That'll spice things up a bit. That'll make things a little bit more difficult for Jawad.
How he gets here.
So he's thinking, let's play into the variance. Let's get a welcome Labrynth.
I'm so curious to see what he hits off the top now. Will it be a normal trap card that does just enough? We'll see. Does he play Terror of the Overroots?
The suspense is killing me. He does play Terror of the Overroots.
Oh, it was the Arcfiend.
Okay, so does I know you need a fiend. I know you need a fiend on the field
to send from deck, right?
Yes, but I'm not sure if you needed to activate the card. So let's have a look.
Let's see. He's probably going to summon the Fenrir out, right? No, oh, sorry, Unicorn. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So he's got D-Barrier. I believe it was D-Barrier. Might be I mistook it on turn 1.
Yeah, so you have to control a fiend monster, the target one card in the field, and destroy it.
So it needs a fiend monster.
So it's effectively a blank as of right now. Yeah, so that trap unfortunately did not achieve anything. So it's just a matter of Jawad just taking away all his resources and just forcing out these cards with his engine. So Fenrir is now banishing the Link Reaver face down now. So I guess there wasn't any urgency to banish it because he could just do it in his turn.
Yeah.
So now that he's got rid of the appointer, which wasn't doing anything, but I think it was correct to hit the freshest set just because the previous set didn't do anything. Yeah, so you would assume the set still won't do anything.
Yeah. I think that's a correct assumption, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. And if he can get to a Rise Heart, that also just deals with the final set back row.
He can just throw it on top of any of his Kashtira monsters now.
Yeah,
right?
he's activated Shengira, so he can slap it on anything.
Damn.
And if he just slaps it on top of Shengiri, that's enough damage on the field.
I really wish these trap decks were playing like Torrential Tribute and those types of cards, because I just feel like those would be so punishing, I guess, now. Like,
it just feels weird with Forbidden Lance being about. But I suppose like if they do go
there's
wide,
4 monsters, they can't lance all 4.
But I think he's just going to normal the Ogre just to control his top deck, right? And if for whatever reason this doesn't work, is this just enough?
It might be. How big is Rise Heart?
I'm pretty sure this isn't 6/8. I don't know why he just went straight to the battlefield.
Well, it is 4 different attributes, right? Because of with the field spell.
Oh, so it's like an extra 1200.
Yeah.
So it's 4, 9, 15, 6. Oh, maybe it is enough.
Yeah. So and he's on 68, so maybe it is just about enough.
4, 9. Yeah. And there we go. And Jawad has defeated the Labrynth strat.